Please help me to cleanse all negative energies, entities, and spirits from my body, from my home, from my cards, from my objects, and from my animals, so that I may offer clear, honest messages to the 3 groups today. Thank you, Spirit. Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I'm the Hermit Tarot, and this is my YouTube channel. A massive welcome back to those who are returning. It is so lovely to have you all here. Today's video, we are following the Halloween theme. If you have missed this month's agenda, I've been posting a lot of videos that are kind of themed on spooky season or about spooky season in some way. And I've been really getting into it. As you can see, we are going to have a pretty spooky themed reading today following that theme. We're asking Spirit, why are you the villain in their story? Now, we could be handling some pretty harsh themes, but my goal is to approach it in quite a clear but fun way. I don't want you to take any of this personally. If I feel like the energy is becoming too heavy, I'll intervene and we'll ask Spirit and your higher self for some guidance. It's just so that we can gain more of an objective point of view. This reading is aimed at giving clarity, but at the end of the day, it's also just about having some fun in spooky season. So we'll see what comes out for each of the 3 groups. There is going to be an extended reading as well. We'll see what we're covering in your extended when we get to... Actually, no, I just realized what I want to do for your extended reading. We're going to have a look at how is karma balancing this situation out. So whether you believe in karma or not, no matter who's wrong or who's right, we're going to have a look at how is karma balancing this out? What is the karmic justice for whatever has transpired between you and this person? And we'll have a look at what your karma is, and we'll have a look at what their karma is. I might do it person A, person B style, just to make sure that we're getting as much information as possible. So yeah, thanks for that, I guess. I couldn't think of that by myself. It was only once I started filming that thought came to my mind. So it must have come from one of you guys. Thank you so much, family. Now, without further ado, I do want to introduce each of these 3 groups to you. I'm realizing that my candles are burning very, very quickly though. So I just kind of want to address those candles. So obviously when we're doing a reading of this nature, it would have been ideal to use black candles for protection, but the white candles are symbols of happiness. And I wanted to kind of keep the mood light, so I chose to light white candles. One of them is burning much quicker than the other one, mostly because it's under the direct stream of the air conditioner. And I'm a bit too superstitious. I should have trimmed the wicks before I lit them. So once those candles burn out, I will light new ones, and we'll make sure that we have the happiness candles burning in each of your readings, just to keep that energy there, that intention there of making sure that we are, yes, seeking clarity, but also just here for a good time. So I also have Palo Santo incense burning, and I wanted to film all of that just so you guys could be a part of that ritual. This space is safe, it's protected, and again, my intention is to entertain today. We're not here to harp on about any misfortune or to bring more negativity into the situation. We're literally just having fun, and we're trying to figure out, why are you the villain in their story? So with that being said, let me introduce each of the groups to you, starting with group 1 over here. You guys have this beautiful black and white crystal heart. If you are new here, you need to know I'm terrible with crystals. That's about as clear as I can get when it comes to what this is. There's a lot of speculation about what this is. I think it's a Dalmatian jasper. I'm probably very, very wrong. I bought this only maybe 6 months ago now. Or kind of in that long ago, 4 months ago. But brain is a sieve. Brain is a sieve. I buy rocks because of how they make me feel, and this one made me feel very grounded. It also has a pretty balanced energy because of the black and the white. So at times I use this more as like a protection crystal, and at other times it helps me feel like I have like a sort of a grounded, energized feeling, if that makes sense. And then group 1, you also have the Saint Soleil Mystic Dreams Tarot deck. this is what the deck looks like. These cards will not have relevance to your reading as far as I'm aware. I'm just going to show you the first cards that are on the top of the deck. So if you feel drawn to this deck or that crystal, you will be a part of Group 1's reading. Group 2 over here, you have this beautiful piece of rock. It's a beautiful crystal. I'm drawn to crystals like this that are just like a medley of different minerals. And as you can see, this one was made in Peru. Again, there's probably a proper name for it, but it kind of reminds me of like when you get those meats that have like Strasbourg and even mortadella, and they have like little things in them. I used to work in a deli. That was like my first job or second job. So that crystal just gives me nostalgic vibes. And Group 2, you also have the Tarot del Toro deck by Thomas Hijo. And this is what that deck looks like. So if you feel drawn to this deck or that crystal, you will be a part of Group 2's reading. Lastly, we have Group 3. You have this beautiful red gem, a very precious crystal. This one was one of my most expensive crystals. It cost me like $100 and something because it is quite rare and it only comes from a small country in South America, I'm pretty sure. So I don't use it very often. It just kind of stays where it is until I can feel what I need it for. But at this stage, it's very potent. Like I can feel the energy stronger than the other two because it hasn't been used very much. It feels very electric is how I would describe it. And it does have a dark red hue to it. Group 3, you also have the Lover's Path Tarot deck. And this is what those cards look like. So if you feel drawn to this deck or that crystal, you'll be a part of Group 3's reading. I think I just said Group 2. I'm so sorry. You're Group 3. So now that you've met the groups and you know why we're here, it is very important that you take your time to select a group that you feel most drawn to, especially if we're talking about why are you the villain in their story. I don't want to be feeding you this information for no reason. So take your time, pause the video if you need more time, use whatever weird, wild, wonderful method you need to get the job done. And when you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my Group 1s and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Saint Soleil Mystic Dreams Tarot deck or this beautiful, what I'm calling Dalmatian Jasper, but it's probably not, crystal, then welcome to your reading. I actually want to put your crystal up here next to my little potion and we're going to basically get straight into it, my Group 1s. So is my time to remind you, as much as I sound like a broken record, please make sure that you have a hydration source before we enter this reading, and make sure that you have something to take notes with so that you can write down what does resonate. We're going to be asking Spirit, why are you the villain in their story? And my group ones, I do want to be pulling a variety of cards today. I'm actually going to move this I'm going to figure this camera situation out, because we're going to be pulling a lot of cards, so we need a lot of space. And I want you guys to be able to gather as much information as possible from today's reading. Oh, I just realized we didn't turn the little ghosts on. Look out. They're so finicky. I've had these ghosts for 3 years. And they've literally moved with me to like 4 different houses. And the wiring is just so temperamental. So once we find the sweet spot, I literally cannot touch it. It just has to stay on there. Oh. That was, oh, there. Is that it? Who knew that this reading would be mostly me trying to work out electrical? Oh, there we go. It's a switch issue. So if I just do this, kind of. No, the ghosties don't want to work today. That's okay. They're kind of like my good luck charm, I'm not going to lie. Oh my gosh, I can't waste any more of your time. It's already been 2 minutes. Oh, hi. Comes on and then disappears again. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna leave it. And if it's meant to be, it will be. It's on. It's doing what it needs to be on, but it may not stay on forever. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh, group 2, what a waste of my time and your time. Anyway, sorry about that. We're going to be asking Spirit, who is, or why are you the villain in this person's story? Before I actually get into that, I want to figure out who this person is. If you don't know who they are, you can by all means come to this reading with somebody in mind. But I also just want to see who this person is for those people who don't know who this person is. So Spirit, who is this person? To my group ones. Who are they? Who is this person? We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out first. Who is this person? Next we have it shows up better in the camera than it does in real life, Death and Rebirth cards. So this is a Death card reversed. Oh wow, 10 of Wands reversed. First things I'm getting is this is someone that you had a very messy situation with. It didn't really, there was what feels like an ending here, but it feels more like a situationship, sweets, like something where it wasn't clear. It wasn't a definitive ending. This person still wants to give you an opportunity, but there's this question around responsibility. They almost feel like you didn't take enough responsibility, or like things aren't working out because they're not able to meet your expectations. Your expectations are too high, and if you could have just readjusted what you wanted, like things could have moved forward a lot quicker. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a situation in which you did not imagine the same future as them. They come across as somebody who wants something very specific, and you want something as well very specific. And so you couldn't meet each other's energies and expectations around the future. We also have the Sage, the Hermit card. So this is somebody that you don't talk to anymore. I'm seeing isolation. Somebody that could have induced a lot of wisdom. Like they could be seen as someone who is more of like a spiritual lesson, someone who put you through a lot of practical experience. They made you wiser. They also showed you more about what human behavior is like. For better or for worse, you learned a lot because of this person. You understand a lot more about yourself as well because of this person. And you also understand more about how the human psyche works because of this person as well. So I'm kind of getting that this person had a lot to teach you about yourself, about people, and about life. I definitely feel like this is not like a proper ex. This is more somebody who you could have had something with, and it was kind of leading towards something more serious, but it kind of fell apart. The other thing I'm seeing is this person almost feels like you took an opportunity from them. This is somebody who I think you could have had something a lot more serious with. I'm getting more of a relationship that is more like, was leaning more towards like romance. Is there any other messages for this group, or is this definitely romance spirit? Who is this person to group 1? Ruler of Pentacles coming out. So for some of you, this was family, but the basis of this connection is that there was almost this feeling of like, you could have, would have, should have done this, and I could have, would have, should have done that. So I do feel like there was almost this expectation of this person conducting themselves better, as though they should have handled themselves more responsibly. So there could be an age difference here. This person, there could have also been a status in which this person should have on paper been more responsible for you, my group 1s. So I'm seeing in specific terms, this was either a partner, somebody who was going to be a partner, a lover, or this was like a family member who was more responsible for you. And because the Ruler of Pentacles comes out, it's referencing an age difference in which one of you was more mature than the other. And for most of my viewers in group 1, this person should have been more mature. It was expected upon them to have handled themselves better than what they did. But you've had to let go of this person. You no longer see a future with them. You don't take responsibility for them or their actions. And as far as you're concerned, yes, it's a messy situation, but it's not going to be reborn anytime soon. It's more of an ending for you. And you also feel like with that Ace of Pentacles, this person helped steer you in a direction where you were given better options, better offers, better opportunities. So with the Sage there, you've definitely learned a lot, and you've chosen to distance yourself from this person because of what you've learned as well. So that's who you are the villain for. Let's have a look at why you're the villain in this person's story. I'm actually going to start with some oracle cards, and then we'll get tarot again. So Spirit, why is group 1 the villain in this person's story? Why is group 1 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? We have 3rd chakra Archangel Shamuel. Actually wants to get some cards from this deck. This is a spell casting oracle deck. I just used the energy oracle deck, but I want cards from this deck for you. Why is group... I won't take them, there's too many. Why is group 1 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? Okay, we have reconciliation. Why is group 1 the villain in this person's story? We also have answers in the reverse position. At the back of this deck, we have new beginnings, and we have caring connections. So, I mean, sweets, we can't be more specific than that. This person sees you as the villain because you've stopped them from gaining new beginnings. You've stopped this person from being able to move forward and gain a new beginning in a caring connection. For a lot of you, this person has wanted reconciliation with you, my group 1s, but then they've also tried to reconcile with other people in their life. They may feel like because of what happened between the two of you, they lost a lot. They may feel like they lost opportunities with other people, or that they miss out on certain caring connections with other people. But this person definitely feels like you have impacted their confidence as well with that third chakra coming out. This person sees you as a villain because you didn't give them a lot of closure. They feel like you weren't able to offer them answers for the things that happened between the two of you. They also see you as the villain because they're not really paying attention to the information that they're being given with answers reversed. This person is looking at things in a very one-sided way, and they're choosing to see their side of the story only. There is this feeling here with all of this energy around new beginnings, reconciliation, caring connections, that this person struggles now to form caring connections because of what has happened between the two of you, and that they are repeating certain lessons of what happened between the two of you. There is a strong desire within this person to want to move forward. And I think because of your energy, they struggle to. They see you as the villain because maybe you've come out to do things that they've also wanted to achieve or do. And instead of them being able to do it, they're just looking at you being successful in doing it. So I can see that this person feels quite frustrated by the fact that you are both experiencing very different outcomes. So I'm very curious to see what your extended reading will say, because we're going to have a look at how is karma bringing justice to this situation. But I need to get tarot because I'm kind of like, why is this person so salty? You know, like, Group 1 is such a villain. How dare Group 1 not give me what I want in life? Like, what? Okay, let me get some tarot out. Spirit, why is this person... We'll leave that card there. I am going to pull advice for you, sweet souls. So I'm not just going to afflict you in this way and then leave you. We're going to get some advice as well for you, and just some words from your angels and your ancestors at the end to kind of smooth this out. But Spirit, why is this person looking at Group 1 as the villain in their story? Why is this person looking at Group 1 as the villain? We have the Two of Swords reversed. Swords or Wands, Spirit? Let's have a look at this together. I think that's actually Wands. Yeah, Two of Wands reversed. We also have the Sage coming out again. Why is this person seeing Group 1 as the villain in their story? I'm hearing you're blocking me. Now we have the Two of Swords coming out, okay? You're blocking me. So first off, what I'm seeing is that this person holds a lot of deep, almost subconscious energy around what's happened between the two of you. They hold a lot of information, and this could be showing up as secrets that they don't plan on telling you or sharing with many people in their life, but it's also harboring as hidden desires and feelings that they have not expressed. So I'm actually, sorry, I just want to fix that a little bit so it's more balanced. I'm actually seeing this as this person sees you as the villain because they've actually chosen to withhold information from you. They've chosen to step back and get really dark about this. Look, that candle just went out too. They've chosen to get really dark about this and kind of ruminate about this internally instead of communicate it and actually let it into the light. So this person has taken certain feelings and made them very dark because they haven't chosen a healthy way to express themselves. They also feel like in this situation with you, there was a lot that was left unsaid and that things never really got off to the right start with the Two of Wands reversed. They feel like you didn't really give them a chance. And there is this question here over plans, over what could have happened if time had just sort of progressed a little bit quicker, or if you had given them a little bit more time. There is also this question with the Two of Wands reversed over intentions and how far you had actually planned to take this. So they're kind of like, there is a lot of deflection here with the moon. There's a lot of like, it was you, it was you, it was you. The Two of Wands reversed can be a lack of strategy, a lack of planning. This person sees you as a villain because they almost wonder if you did care as much. And with the Sage card here, they see you as a villain because at the end of the day, this did come across as a lesson more than anything, where it may have been intended to be a more positive outcome. It ended up feeling like it was just a lesson and that the two of you had to learn this lesson the hard way. So I do believe that the Sage card is here to say that this person has equally learned a lot because of what happened between the two of you. But they definitely feel like one of you was more wiser. So they could have felt like this was always your plan, or that you couldn't be fooled. Like you came out as the person who kind of had all the cards close to their chest. With that Two of Swords there, they also just think that at the end of the day, there wasn't enough information to go off of, and that they did feel like they were in the dark. They did feel like there wasn't a lot to use, and they could have felt like you were holding back. They could have felt like you didn't communicate enough or share enough about what you were feeling, what you were thinking, and what you were wanting in those early stages especially. So this person feels like you're the reason why the spark fizzled out based off of what I'm seeing in these cards. Like you kind of ruined an opportunity for them is what I'm seeing. Let's get some more cards though. I'll shuffle these back in. We'll see if we can get any other clarity. Spirit, why is Group 1 the villain in this person's story? Why is Group 1 the villain? We have the Five of Cups in the reverse position. Why is Group 1 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? I'm hearing that song by Jhené Aiko. I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, but I want you. I'm sorry, I had to laugh because there's so many reels about that song now, but like, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you, but I want you. Okay. We also have the Sacred Union card. So this is the Lovers card, number 6 in this deck, and it is reversed. Is it number 6, Spirit? No, it's not. Is it? Ay, Dios mío. You know, can we all look at that and just like, what do we see? Sacred Union, is that a 6? Comment down below because like I'm just seeing a blob. This card could just be a little bit worn. It does look like the Lovers card though. And we have Justice. Yeah, wow. Okay. So at the back of the deck is the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. So sweet souls, this person, you're the villain because this person has been looking for something meaningful, something significant, something balanced, a partnership. This is definitely in line with what we picked up on in the beginning of your reading. This person has been wanting a partnership. You're the villain because justice has been served. And I think that you may haunt this person as well because the Five of Cups reverse, like the Sacred Union card and Justice with the Eight of Swords, like it's almost like they didn't realize what was going on until it was too late. And now it's easier for them to pretend that they're the victim instead of the person who contributed to this unsuccessful outcome. You're the villain in their story because you made them feel things that they weren't ready to feel. This person is still wanting reconciliation with you. And they are somebody who doesn't feel comfortable with the amount of control you have over them. So honestly, like, yes, there are hard feelings, but also there's some really deep feelings here. And at the end of the day, they'd be willing to let those hard feelings go if you gave them the chance to explore their deeper feelings. They feel like what you two have been through and the fact that you two have learned so much from each other by being in each other's lives cannot be dismissive. They feel like this has to be for a reason. There's got to be a spiritual lesson in this. Maybe you've helped this person connect more with some sort of faith, some sort of belief system, some sort of religion or spirituality, because they are seeing you as their karmic justice for better and for worse. So they feel like they've experienced the worst, so surely there's got to be a better as well. This person is definitely trying to kind of make the most out of the situation that you're in. They're trying to look for the positives now. So you're the villain, but you could also be the hero, is what I'm seeing. And I mean, I don't like to just talk like this unless I feel it, and I feel it. I mean, the oracle cards were saying it, but now tarot's confirmed. Whatever's happened previously, they're willing to put it in the past. Group one. Sorry, I keep seeing 2, like the union number 2, 2, 2, and even that caring connections card, like it's the number 14. But if we break it down, that's the number 5. Like, this might feel to them like a challenging relationship, but they're not willing to let it go just yet. This person is seeing that the two of you still have the chance to right the wrongs and to balance things out. So I just want to double check, because this is a pretty serious message. I just want to confirm that we're all thinking of the same person, not like we all have the same person, but I want to make sure that each of us has a clear idea of who this person is. So let me just get any other validation from tarot as to who this person is in your life, just in case. For my group ones, please, Spirit, how can they be sure? What are some confirmation signs that they can use? Zodiac signs, ages, circumstances in which they shared with this person. What are some confirmation signs for my group ones as to who this person is, Spirit? The first card that's coming out is the Ace of Healing. So your first sign is that this person cannot stay away from you. They will be Ace of Chalices, sorry. But I saw it as the Ace of Healing. So they will be coming towards you soon. There is going to be an offer of healing and also emotion. This person is going to pour their heart out to you. They can't stay away from you for very long. Why would you be a villain in this person's story? We have the Shadow. So this is the Devil card in this deck. Sorry, I was reading it off camera, so I didn't realize it was so out of focus. This is the Devil card in this deck. So there is a strong attraction here. This person may feel like a guilty pleasure because of everything that's happened. Confirmation is they could be a Capricorn, or I'm also getting Cancer at this stage. But they do pour their heart out, and they may even come across as being emotionally manipulative at first, only because they're trying to really appeal to you. They're trying to really sort of soften you up and appeal to you. But that Devil card is also indicating that this person brings out a lot of your shadows, a lot of your triggers. They may force you to confront patterns of behavior and ways of thinking that are limiting you from being able to be your most authentic self. These are things that could feel very protective. Thought processes like, well, all men are the same. Well, all women are like that. It could also be that they trigger certain childhood wounds in which, like, these protective or defensive behaviors and ways of thinking were first created to protect us from when we were children and from what we went through when we were younger. So this person, it feels like a guilty pleasure because it's not been an easy road. You've had to really analyze them and your reaction to what goes on between the two of you in order to feel more in control. This person makes you feel out of control, for better or for worse. There's also a strong attraction here and a lust here and a strong sexual passion here. This person comes across as a temptation for you. That one person that probably your besties are like, girl, don't do it. Boy, don't do it. Bestie, don't do it. Like, after everything that they put you through, why would you go back? This is probably somebody that you have to keep on the low until you get on stable ground with, because those around you are like, why are you doing this again? Is there any other confirmation that they can gain? We also have the Conqueror of Swords. So I'm seeing this as some Gemini energy, but there is a little bit of Libra here as well. And we have the Star. So Aquarius is coming out as well. Aside from signs, I'm seeing that there is a slight age gap. Actually, no, I can't say that because Aquarius is here. There's a significant age gap here. They're manifesting as someone who is wanting to work on a friendship with you as well. So they're not just sort of coming in as a one very specific type of person. They're coming in and they're focused on the healing aspect. They're not just like, let's repeat history. Woo! They're like, no, we can't. I know that as well. I've done my healing as well. And I know that things have to grow and evolve from this point. Yes, there's still this devilish foundation from the past that we've shared. But with the Star card here, with the Conqueror of Swords here, I acknowledge that my actions have to be different. I acknowledge that I have to be evolved. And this person is also acknowledging that they need to be able to adapt to who you are now as well. So there is this genuine desire and curiosity to foster a friendship and to get to know each other for who you are today. Whether 10 years have passed, 10 months, 10 days, 10 weeks, they are very focused on the two of you figuring out and getting to know each other for who you are today. There's also this desire to give this situation a chance based off of how unique it is. Like this person and you could agree that you wouldn't do this for anybody else. Like this is a very unique situation that you found yourself in. This is not your run-of-the-mill connection, and these are not the kind of excuses or allowances that you would give to other people. And this person would say that to you as well. If it was anybody else, like I wouldn't have tried this hard, but I genuinely want to see where things go with you. I genuinely feel something for you or see something for you that I don't see with other people. For that reason, this could feel very unconventional. There's a uniqueness about this connection that could be hard to explain to others. With the Star card here, it could be a connection that forces you to really work on yourself as much as you work on the relationship, as I'm seeing a strong sense of individuality and self-acceptance in order for there to be unconditional love here. So it's a very unique kind of connection. I don't want to label it. I feel like that would do it an injustice. But definitely this is somebody who you've been thinking about as well, even if they're at the corner of your mind, Spirit is saying with that Conqueror of Swords. This is somebody who you would want to kind of understand more about before you were to just say no to them. Is there any other confirmation they need before we move forward? Oh, wow, we got a lot of cards. The Seeker of Chalices. Let this person's actions measure up. Give them a chance to prove themselves, and they will. They genuinely will. Don't involve too many people. Five of Swords. This is looking like you making sure that you're not repeating patterns of behavior that are unhelpful. Boundaries are healthy. Boundaries are healthy. I need to say that again. But we do need to be mindful about enacting or taking action based off of other people's opinions. We need to allow ourselves, with the Five of Swords reversed, to make an educated decision about our lives, and that cannot come from external opinions. We also have the Three of Wands. So this card is a card of manifestation for you. It is technically a card of waiting. And I think that ultimately that feeds into that first message I was getting of letting this person's actions measure up to their words. Manifestation could be coming through because maybe you guys are manifesting something very specific when it comes to partnership, connection, love, friendship, all of the above. Stick to that manifestation. Let this person's actions align to your energetic vibration. Don't lower that. Don't change that. Trust that what is meant for you is finding you, whether that comes through a connection with this person or with someone better. The best possible outcome is on its way to deliver itself to you. So remember that, believe in that. And we also have the Ten of Swords with the Six of Wands. So I like this as an outcome because the Ten of Swords is ultimately an endings card, and it's the end of something that we don't want to continue to experience anyway. It's the end of overthinking. It's the end of a difficult, tough situation that has caused us a lot of mental anguish as well as physical anguish, because we're at our rock bottom. We don't know what else to do. Where's the light? There it is. Let's get out of this dark tunnel that we found ourselves in. So you need to know that the situation is going to bring clarity, and you don't need to do anything for that to happen. I genuinely see this person being the one to instigate that. And I also see that you're going to receive confirmation throughout your journey that this is the right person and that you're doing the right thing. With that 6 of Wands, this is very much about recognition and ultimately feeling confident in the path that you're walking on. So I genuinely believe as long as you continue to see yourself as the main character in your story, stick to your manifestation, pay attention to the signs and ask for signs from your guides, because we're about to ask them for information now. Ask your angels, your ancestors, your spiritual team, is this the right thing that I should do? Give me a sign, please. And throughout this journey with this person, give them the space to show you what they mean through their actions. Make sure you're considering whether your actions are aligning to the outcome that you want as well, or whether they are being harmfully, what's the best word for it? Harmfully, what's the word for like someone that's like harmfully influenced by external opinions. There's nothing wrong with having a support team. Don't get me wrong. We love our support teams. We need our support teams. But our support teams don't walk in our shoes. They know us. They love us. They want to support us. But they don't walk in our shoes. So Spirit is reminding us of that. And just saying, like, for a connection like this, I don't mean to isolate you, and I don't want it to isolate you. But this is very much you need to make that choice. And your soul family with the Star card being there will support you regardless of what your choice is. Okay, so Spirit, what message does Group 1's angels and ancestors have for them when it comes to this connection? Okay, we got Druid, hold the space. Beautiful. So your angels and ancestors are very much confirming that message of making sure that when it comes to your manifestations and your experiences, your wisdom, you are holding on to what you've learned, and you are leaving room in your life for what you want and for what you've earned, they're saying. You have earned your manifestation. Don't fill that space thinking that it's a void. Make sure you stay true to what you know and to what you want to fill that space with. If you have a list, go through that list and make sure that whatever you are considering filling that space ticks everything on that list. But holding this space is also about reminding yourself of how far you've come, of what you've learned, and of why you are where you are now. When it comes to this connection, your wisdom is your greatest asset. Making sure that you don't repeat past mistakes, and making sure that you're not too like that lesson of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Life is about learning. We're always going to be students. Stay receptive to what is new and don't repeat the past mistakes. There is room here to continue to grow, but it's very important that you stay connected to why you are growing in the first place and to how you want to grow. Spirit is saying at the back of the deck, Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Some of you have a connection to ancient Europe here. I'm seeing a lot of Viking history with Shield Maiden, but we also have Druid, so that's more of like, well, I think Druids traveled, but I'm thinking more of like the UK as we know it today. Ancient Celtic religion as well for some of you. But this is giving pagan more than anything. So that's what I have for you, my Group 1s. I'm going to call it there. I've rambled way more than I meant to, so I'm sorry for that. It was only supposed to be a 20-minute reading. Look at us, 35 minutes in. I appreciate you for putting up with my antics in the beginning with that ghost And I hope that we're able to get messages that were very helpful for you, that have either confirmed, but and my intention was to give you things that you weren't expecting as well. So I hope we're able to do that, as well as get additional confirmation so that you can feel very well informed about what is to come for you. I am going to take this into the extended reading now, my group ones, where we'll have a look at how is karma bringing justice to this situation. I'm actually really excited to do your extended reading. I'm pretty much going to do it straight away as well. So if you want to join me there, especially if the first part of your reading did resonate, or you want to gain those additional messages to see if we can fill in the gaps, the link to your extended reading is in the description box below. That link takes you to my website where I host most of my extended readings from the last 1.5 years. So it's very important that you select the right group and the right reading. Before you purchase it, please double check. Remember that you are group 1 of the Why Are You the Villain in Their Story reading. Your whole message turned out to be so different to what I was expecting. I'm very keen to see what we find in your extended reading, that's for sure. But thank you so much, Group 1, for joining me right here on YouTube. I appreciate your time, your energy, and all of your support. Please consider joining the family. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up. And I hope our paths cross in the near future. Look after your beautiful self. I wish you peace, prosperity, happiness, abundance, joy, success, health, and wealth on the road ahead. And goodbye for now. Bye. Hi, my group 2s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this cute heart, rock/crystal, I don't know what I ended up calling it in the intro, or if you chose the Tarot del Toro deck by Thomas Hijo, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, my groupus tupuses. Now, today's reading, we're asking Spirit, why are you the villain in their story? There will be an extended reading as well, where we'll have a look at how is karma bringing justice to this situation. But as I said in the intro, the intentions behind this reading are for entertainment. We want to get clarity, yes, as always, but we also just want to have fun and have a look at why you could possibly be the villain in this person's story. Now, if you're not 100% sure who this person is, I will be getting clarity first. I'm going to ask Spirit, who is this person? And then we'll ask, why are you the villain in their story? But following on with that entertainment theme, the first thing that I really want to do is put this microphone down, and I want to light those candles, because those candles are symbols of happiness and of peace. And it is basically us saying to the universe that this reading is for peaceful intents and purposes only. We do not want to wish harm or bring any negative energy into our own lives, let alone the lives of whoever it is that we end up channeling in this reading. So now that that's done, let me shuffle out some oracle cards. Actually, we'll do tarot first, and let's figure out how you know this person. Spirit, who is this person for group 2? Who is this person for group 2? How does group 2 know this person, Spirit? How does group 2 know this person? First card coming out is the Strength card reverse. So Leo is coming out very significantly. This person also seems to have a strong connection to Leo season in your life. So that's late July to late August. How does group 2 know this person, Spirit? We also have the Magician coming out. So now we're seeing a bit of a Leo-Virgo cusp. Somebody could have been born at the end of August, but we're also getting hints here of Mercury in general. So a very sort of conscious person, somebody who's aware of how they look in the eyes of others and who uses their communication to get what they want in certain situations. This is somebody who's probably quite masculine in energy, slightly manipulative with their words. They could be very good at kind of projecting certain intentions onto others and kind of getting other people to do what they want them to do. Someone who's very well spoken, a wordsmith is what's coming to mind. With the Strength card reversed, there's somebody who is actually quite insecure. I don't know if they're confident, and obviously I don't think a lot of people see this about them, but you know them as someone who's quite insecure. They compare themselves to others, and especially you as well. How else does group 2 know this person, Spirit? So wounded ego is coming to mind. We have another major arcana deck. This time we're joined by the World card. The World card has strong symbolism of fixed sign energy, but it is also connected to Saturn. So Aquarius is there, Capricorn is there, Leo is there, Taurus is there, Scorpio is there. Who am I missing? That's pretty much it. The World card reversed is a feeling of having loose ends with this person, as though there may be something that is unfinished between the two of you, unfinished business. It could be that this is literally a working colleague in which you have a project that you are working with them on, collaborating with them on. But for most of you, this World card is reversed to kind of symbolize the fact that things aren't finished between the two of you yet. You could be in a weird gray area in which it felt like things were building towards some sort of powerful ending or a new beginning, and instead it just never kind of amounted to anything. And we also have the 6 of Swords here in the upright position. So I believe that you know this person because they are somebody who symbolizes quite a difficult cycle in your life, in which you were trying to achieve something. You were trying to work towards some sort of outcome with this person. You couldn't see eye to eye and you couldn't come to some sort of agreement. This person has quite a dominant personality, and when they're in your life, they have a way with words and taking up a lot of space. I feel like they do have more masculine energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a man. It just means that when they communicate, they come across as very overbearing, very dominant, very like in your face, and I want this and I want that, and their words really cut is what I'm feeling. They're quite assertive with their communication, they're quite strategic with their communication, cunning. They don't need to talk a lot, but when they do kind of get going and they get heated, it's hard to get them to stop. But they're also very careful about not communicating as well. I can see with the 6 of Swords here that you have tried to find peace away from this person. You've kind of left things where they're at and you've gone, you know what, right now is probably as good as it's going to get. For a lot of you, this person is coming through as a sibling or as having a connection to a sibling. For others of you, this is coming through as an ex-friend and somebody who you had to leave behind. Gemini is also strong with the Magician energy. And I can see with the 6 of Swords that you've strategically positioned yourself so that you don't have to involve this person in your business anymore. You're very careful about how you interact. If they are still a colleague, you're only talking to them about work stuff. You're not building a friendship right now. If they are an ex-friend, you only say hello to them when you have to. You're not working on an intimate friendship anymore. If they are a sibling, you're only seeing them when you need to. You're not keeping them updated on your daily lives. So there's a lot of sort of physical boundaries that you've put in place. Whether you've communicated that or not, I can see that you have physically walked away from this person and you're moving away from this person as well. The back of the deck, we do have the 6 of Wands in the reverse position. So I feel like this person was just high needs. And I use that word lightly because like nobody likes to be called high needs, right? But they needed a lot of attention. They needed a lot of your energy to feel validated, because remember, this person is coming across as somebody who is insecure, as somebody who compares themselves to other people and especially to you. And so they needed to have that validation and that connection to you to help boost how they see themselves. They needed constant praise. They needed your attention. They may have been the type of person when they wanted to get your attention, they just blew up your phone and bombarded you with messages until you responded. So that's how they're showing up. Is there any other confirmation that group 2 needs and how they know this person's spirit? Any other messages? We have beware of greed. So yeah, they're coming across as a greedy person, a self-centered person. They could be the year of the pig as well. You're going to have to look that up though. We have September coming through as significant. That is Virgo season as well. We just finished. So something could have happened in September. We are in October at the time that I'm filming this, but it is a timeless reading, so take that if it resonates. We also have bird flying, so news is on the way. You could have recently heard about this person, or this person could have tried to reach out to you recently. One more card, please, Spirit. How else does group 2 know this person? Someone could have told you something about this person recently. A family member, a mutual friend, trying to keep you in the loop of what's happening. We have fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. They could have looked like this. They could have had fairer hair, fairer skin. I'm also getting with that fair woman card that this could have been somebody who tried to come across as being fair. They are having a connection with your friends at the back of the deck. You could know this person through a woman that looks like that. Take it if it resonates. It's quite a specific message for a general reading. Let's keep moving forward. Let's have a look at why you're the villain in this person's story now. And for that, I'm going to pull out oracle cards first to get a better understanding of this person's point of view. Okay. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story? Starting with the spell casting oracle deck. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story? We have friendship in the reverse position. Yeah, that's really coming through strongly. An ex-friendship. One more card, Spirit. Why is group 2 the villain? I want to take this one because it landed on top. Financial health. Okay. Change decks. The back of this deck, I am seeing new beginnings though. Okay. I'll use the Energy Oracle Cards deck now. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? Why is group 2 the villain, Spirit? Okay, we have first chakra Archangel Michael looking amazing in this candlelight. One more card. Why is group 2 the villain in this story? We also have rest and rejuvenation. I'm getting a lot of messages, so please make sure that you have something to take notes with so you can write down what does resonate. At the back of this deck, we have the garden and the gate. Okay, so first things first, this person is under the impression that you have been able to move forward and do better for yourself, which is very frustrating for them because remember, they're thinking from their ego. This may not be something that they've communicated with other people. It may be something that they try to keep private or they don't want to admit to themselves or to other people. But this person is saying like you have been able to go into a state of rest and rejuvenation and you seem to be happier. You seem to be at peace. You seem to be moving forward. You seem to be living your best life. And that's something that is really frustrating. I'm hearing you get under my skin. So that's one of the reasons why you're the villain in their story. But the main plot line is essentially because whatever happened between the two of you didn't just impact the two of you. You seem to have impacted others And that's what really hurts this person. That's why they see you as a villain, because they lost other people because of what happened between the two of you. They didn't just lose a friendship and a connection to you, but they lost a friendship and a connection to others. So they see you as the villain because they think that you turned other people against them. This person also thinks that you impacted their finances in some way, that you caused them to lose money or to make decisions that put them behind in life, is what they're saying. They also see you as the villain because your financial situations are different now. If for those who resonate as this person being more well off, they kind of use that as leverage, and they really use that as seeing themselves as further ahead than you. But for most of you, the financial health card is here to indicate that this person is in a worse position financially than you, and they use that as fuel to paint you the villain in their story. They do believe that because of you, they missed out on some sort of either promotion or income or opportunity, and they blame you for that as well. I can see with the first chakra, Archangel Michael, looking delicious. He's saying that this person sees you as someone who caused them to uproot their lives quite significantly. You're the villain in their story because you broke this person's foundation. Because of you, they experienced instability, they experienced insecurity, and it may have even taken a toll on their health, their physical health. This person has had to start from scratch because of what's happened here. And they see you as a villain because they really feel like you've been able to make choices that have put you further ahead in life. And that's why we had the garden and the gate, as well as new beginnings at the back of the deck. There are things that have contributed to new beginnings for this person because of what's happened between the two of you, for example. Like they can see that. They can see that this had to happen in order for them to go on and experience other new beginnings for themselves. But they do believe that a lot of the choices that you made force them to do this. And if they had the choice, they would have done it differently. They would have been very smooth. It was almost like they had to go into crisis mode with that first chakra and just go back to basics and start from scratch. I can see that this person has been able to attain peace for some of you. For most of you, I would say 65 to 70% of you, this person has been able to at least rest enough to be able to understand that whatever happened between the two of you was necessary, but they just don't find peace with how it happened. They believe that it could have been handled a lot better and that it didn't have to kind of fall apart, for lack of a better word, in such a dramatic way for some of you. This person is on a different sort of level. And for some of you, you're dealing with somebody who is spiritual as well, and they've been trying to seek the spiritual lesson in this experience. But for others of you, that ego and pride is just strongly getting in the way, and they're unable to really address the core issue here to its full extent. Now, there's two sides to every story, so I'm not trying to play devil's advocate or anything. I'm not trying to be on anyone's side, but we are channeling their perspective. And from their perspective, they do believe that a lot of what had happened was the two of you mirroring and projecting mutual insecurities. So take that if it resonates. But they believe that some of what you were blaming them for were actually issues or challenges that you experienced within self, and that they were just the punching bag. So this person is mostly seeing you as the villain because of the fact that you impacted their stability, their security, you impacted their money, their financial health, you impacted other people who was close to them, and you also disturbed this person's peace. So those are the fundamental core reasons as to why you're the villain in their story. But let's get some tarot out and see if we can get any other specific information. What can tarot tell us, Spirit? What does group 2 need to know? That might be helpful. We're not just trying to pry. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? came out really quickly. We have the Six of Swords again in the upright position. Why is group 2 the villain in this story? We have the Death card reversed. There's a lot of cards on the ground. I'm only going to take that. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story? We also have the Hanged Man upright. I want to get more cards. I'm just going to lay them on top of those oracle cards. Why is group 2 the villain in this person's story? And we also have the Nine of Swords, which is reversed. At the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, and that's reversed as well. Okay. I have to move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so you're the villain in this person's story because there's some things that this person has not been able to heal. There are thoughts, there's guilt, there's regret on their end, and there's a lot of unanswered questions with that Nine of Swords here. It's a symbol of anxiousness, of overthinking, and of not being able to sleep at night. So while you come across as someone who's able to rest and find peace, there are certain unsettling thoughts and questions that were around in this person's mind that keeps them up and that stops them from finding their peace. And they really hold that against you, group 2. They hold that against you because it's not easy now for this person to have a conversation with you. They may have at one stage really relied upon you as a confidant or as somebody who they could turn to when they needed answers. They also are highlighting a difference in perspectives that came between the two of you. And this could have been pegged down to even like a spiritual perspective, but it feels very principles based. Like perspectives were very different. And ultimately, you could not see eye to eye. You may have forced this person to view themselves or their circumstances in a very different way to what they were expecting and they were hoping. I can also see that there was a physical move that was caused because of this rift. You are the villain in their story because somebody that they loved moved away from them, or they had to move away from somebody or a situation that they loved. If this is a working colleague, maybe they wanted to be, they wanted to live and work in that job until the day they died, and they weren't able to do that anymore. But I do see physical movement and physical changes. I can also see with the Death card reverse that the two of you went through a process of kind of just having to accept things as they are. There was no clear resolution. There was no clear closure. There was no opportunity for peace. It just felt like all of a sudden an abrupt ending. And so that lack of closure is what really rings in this person's mind. And they did value your friendship too, group 2. That's what's coming through as well. There are a lot of unresolved feelings that this person has had to bury instead of address because they can't get the answers to those questions and those hard feelings. So there's still hard feelings there, is what tarot is saying. I can also see that you may have really taught this person a valuable lesson, and it was one that they weren't expecting to experience from you. So take that as it resonates, but it feels like they had to learn something the hard way with you. And I'm kind of seeing with the Hanged Man and the Six of Wands reverse, this took a huge blow to this person's ego, to their expectations. It's something that they're almost ashamed of, especially because the Six of Wands is about feeling like a victor, a hero, someone who others look up to. This person almost feels ashamed now. They feel like others look down on them, or they could feel like they can't show their face around somewhere anymore. I also think that you're the villain in their story because you kind of did these things with the Hanged Man being here. It wasn't really you, if that makes sense. Like there's not a lot that they can peg on you or blame for you. I almost get with the Hanged Man here that whatever had happened, it could have felt very minimal for you, but it had major repercussions for them. And as though you've been able to kind of get into a better space because of this. So I'm hearing the word blindsided for some of you. This person feels like the choices that you made blindsided them. So that's what tarot is saying. Let's get some messages from your angels and ancestors now before we go into your extended reading. We're going to ask your angels and ancestors for any words of healing and advice that may be helpful for you moving forward in this situation. So Spirit, tune me into Group 2's energy. Help me connect to their spiritual team, their angels, ancestors, and guides, so that we may offer clear, honest messages. What does Group 2's spiritual team want to say to them in terms of healing and advice? First card we have is Traveler. Move in a new direction. What else does Group 2's angels and ancestors want to say to them in terms of healing and advice? Okay. We also have Lord, take charge with authority. And on the ground, we have Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. At the back of the deck is Snake, shed old skin. So your spiritual team is very much saying, like, now is a good time to embrace this ending and to see it as an opportunity to move in a new direction. We cannot go back. We cannot go back into the past and change what has happened. But we have to adapt and we have to grow and we have to evolve. And sometimes these messy endings occur without proper closure because they're not fully endings, they're transformations. Technically, matter ends, but energy is reinvented and is transformed. And that is what is happening here between you and this person. For some of you, this is a situation that is going to transmute into a new foundation of connection and a relationship. Whether, and I use that word just to talk about human bonds and human connections. I don't mean a relationship as in romance. I mean that you and this person cannot continue to coexist in the way that you were previously. And that is what this situation has shown you. It's very important that you shed old skin so that you can move in a new direction for yourself, as well as with this person. It is also about removing baggage and the confinement of past experiences that could be impacting your ability to live your life to its fullest. Shedding your old skin in terms of reptiles doing it is very much about them having the mobility to live with the quality of life that they deserve. When reptiles get old skin stuck in certain places, it impacts their quality of life and it honestly can hurt as well. So your angels are saying, don't hold on to baggage. See this as an opportunity to shed old skin, old patterns of behavior, and to start fresh. This does start within you before you can expect to extend that into a new cycle with this person. I do think that your relationship with this person will be different. It will never quite be the same, but that doesn't mean that you can't get to a place of healing. Medicine Guardian is here to say that it is possible. In fact, your angels and your ancestors are encouraging it, especially if this is somebody who you're destined to cross paths with again. It's very important that you stay open to healing that connection. But right now, it is very much about taking care of you, about being able to forgive yourself, to forgive this person, only so that you're not holding on to that energy and letting it hold you back. I never talk about these things because it's the right thing to do. I talk about it because it's freeing to be able to liberate yourself of that subconscious or conscious guilt. We don't live our lives for anybody except ourselves. It is entirely selfish for all the right reasons to forgive somebody so that we don't have that heavy weight hanging on to us day by day. We are free to live, move, act, and enjoy without feeling like we owe somebody else consciously or subconsciously. So with the Lord card here, your angels and ancestors are encouraging you to move at a pace that feels comfortable for you. Your life is in your hands. You're in control. Do what you feel confident and comfortable doing. Don't flip into anything just because you feel pressured. Take it at a pace that feels comfortable for you. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group 2s. I'm going to jump into your extended reading now, where we'll have a look at how is karma bringing justice to this situation with this person. We'll have a look at how karma is bringing justice to you, how karma is bringing justice to them, and what you can expect in the near future with this person. I'll give a timeline as well. I don't feel confident doing that right now. Usually I do 3 months time. So we can do that, seeing as Christmas is just around the corner. Maybe you're going to see them over the holiday season. But if that sounds like something that you're interested in, especially if the first part of your reading did resonate, the link to your extended will be in the description box. If you are new here, that link does take you to my website. So it's very important that you click on the right reading. Remember that you are group 2 of the Why Are You the Villain in Their Story reading. Very, very important that you click on the right group, sweet souls. Please look after your beautiful self. It has been an absolute pleasure to read for you today. I hope these messages were comforting, healing, confirming. It was my goal to be a little bit entertaining as well. Hopefully not too, what's the best word for it? Jarring in a negative way. I hope we're able to get the right amount of clarity and gain the right perspective on this situation, even if it was mostly from this person's perspective. But I wish you so much joy, peace, love, abundance, success, health, and wealth on your journey ahead. Look after your beautiful self, and until our paths cross again, bye. Hi, my group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful crystal from, I just remembered it's from Argentina, or if you chose the Lover's Path Tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, my group 3s. I'm going to put your crystal up here, and we're going to set our intention for today's reading. We are trying to ask Spirit, why are you the villain in this person's story? Now, if you don't have a person, and if you just thought, wow, this is an interesting reading, we are going to figure out who your person is first, and then we're going to figure out why you're the villain in this person's story. There is going to be an extended reading as well, where we will focus more on how is karma bringing justice to this situation. As I did mention in the intro, this reading is for entertainment purposes only, so I'm going to actually cleanse our energy and make sure that we aren't inviting any harmful or unwanted energy into our lives. So let me put the microphone down. And while I do this, it would be a good opportunity for you to make sure that you have something to take notes with, so that you're writing down what does resonate and journaling what is helpful. It could also be a good time to make sure you have a hydration source. Look after your beautiful self. Let's get into it. Spirit, please help me to cleanse the energy in this reading so that I may offer clear, honest messages to my group 3s about the topic today. Please help us to invite in positive, confirming energy so that we may continue on our path with as much clarity as we can generate. That is the goal, isn't it? So let's get into it. Let's have a look at why you are the villain in this person's story. I'm going to actually pull tarot for this. So we'll shuffle these cards back in the deck. For my group 3s, please, Spirit. Who is this person to group 3? Who is this person? Who is this person to group 3, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Ace of Staves, as well as the Queen of Arrows. So immediately what I'm seeing is that this is likely somebody who is in your life, who's come into your life quite recently, or they have a new reason to be obsessed with your circumstances, because this person is seeing their connection to you as one of inspiration. This person spends a lot of time looking at you and trying to kind of keep up with whatever it is that you've got going on in your life. I'm seeing that this person is kind of inspired by what you have going on, but they also come across as somebody who is very interested in competing with you. So they naturally have more of like a competitive vibe about them, this person. And I can see that with the cards. They're very curious about what projects you're working on, how you look currently, what are you focusing your energy on, what are you achieving. This person may spend a lot of time watching you on social media or keeping up with you in person, because I'm seeing that this is somebody who compares themselves to you quite a lot. Look at what's at the back of the deck, 5 of Staves. Queen of Arrows makes me think that they have the ability to watch you as well. So for some reason, this person, if you're out in public, you would notice their eyes on you. And I'm getting the vibe that they can check up on you quite regularly. This person has the ability to see you quite regularly. Are there any other clarifiers, Spirit? How does group 3 know this person? Okay. The 10 of Cups reversed. So you may have had a childhood with this person. They could be somebody you know through school. They could also be somebody that you know from like a previous relationship. Like if you, like an ex, this could be a part of that friend group with an ex, or with the 10 of Cups reversed, you definitely aren't close with them now. So it's giving more of like you have a past with this person. What else can you tell group 3? How do they know this person, Spirit? How does group 3 know this person? You have the King of Arrows as well. So they kind of see you and the situation with you as one that is, like I'm hearing, cut from the same cloth. So this person is having a strong connection to some sort of academic place. They're showing up as someone who was like an ex-friend with the 2 of Cups upright, and someone who you no longer feed energy into. So for some of you, this was an ex-partner that you knew from when you were younger, or more naive. I'm hearing more naive. Yeah, okay. So what I think is happening here is that this person is a part of a simpler time in your life where things were a lot more sort of carefree. They're one of those people that you just haven't had a proper ending with, in that you didn't feel the need to completely remove them from every aspect of your life, or you can't physically remove them from every aspect of your life. They still have the ability to watch you, and they watch you quite regularly, my group 3s. The King and the Queen of Arrows is talking about some sort of synergy. You and this person were very similar, or you came from a similar place. They could have felt like you were very compatible as friends or as lovers. Take it as it resonates, because all of a sudden we got signs that this could have been an ex-lover or an ex-crush, somebody that you had a fling with in the past. There could have been a moment in the past, but they do seem to be a part of a bigger community in your past. So I'm thinking like a schoolmate, or kind of like a friend from a previous relationship. They're very interested in who you now, because you're very interesting. People from that part of your life are very interested in who you are today, and are very interested in what you're achieving for yourself, what you're creating for yourself. You also may be online, or you may be posting a lot of what you do online, because there is this ability to keep up with you regularly. Like it's like a nightly ritual for this person. They have the ability to just sort of type into Google, what is pile 3 doing? What is group 3 doing? Where are they? What are they up to? And you come up, type of thing. So I do think that at one point you were very close with this person, but it might have been a couple of years, if not months, since you've actually had a conversation with them. And so I don't get that it's really malicious based on this energy. It just kind of feels like you guys drifted, and you kind of gravitate towards new things now. They gravitate towards new things. I don't think there's any bad blood. I'm just going to confirm with Spirit. Is there any other defining characteristics of how group 3 may know this person, Spirit? We have the Queen of Coins reversed. So yeah, You don't see this person as somebody that is an active part of your present routine. You don't pay a lot of attention to this person. Ten of Arrows. You haven't been in communication in a long time, but the Ten of Arrows is also indicating that there could have at some point been some sort of ending. Not on bad blood though. At the back of the deck is the Nine of Cups. It just ended. Kind of like how, if we follow that storyline, how school ends, you know, and you just don't keep in touch with certain people. That's what this feels like. School ended, so you didn't keep in touch with them anymore. Yeah, but you haven't spoken to them in a while. I'm just going to throw out some zodiac signs as well in case that is helpful. So we have these arrows, which are the swords. So the strongest is Libra and I would say Gemini. Technically there's a little bit of Aquarius there too. I'm also seeing Cancer. I am seeing Aries and I'm seeing Capricorn. Technically we're also seeing Scorpio. So take that if it resonates. Scorpio is very strong, only because this person is very interested in some sort of transformation that you've made for yourself. Very, very interesting and interested in how you've been working on yourself and what you do for work now for a lot of you. The fact that you don't have children, if that resonates, with this person probably does have children. And you get a lot of time to do things that this person wants to do. This person's very interested in how you spend your time, your free time, especially if you recently went on a trip or if you post a lot when you go on trips. This person is just watching you. They watch you from the outside and they imagine living, okay, so vicarious. They imagine living in your shoes. This person is not happy with their own life, to be honest with you. They could be struggling financially. They're definitely living vicariously through you. So let's get some oracle cards out. Let's figure out why you're the villain now in this person's story. Spirit, why is group 3 the villain in this person's story? Why is group 3 the villain in this person's story, Spirit? Why is group 3 the villain, Spirit? Why is group 3 the villain? We have Daughter Spirit coming out first. This is the number 32, that day. Oh, well, it's not really a date, is it? But that number could be significant. Technically, that reduces itself to 5. So the 5th could be significant. We also have Contract coming out. And this is the number 6. In this beautiful deck. This is the Energy Oracle deck. I'm going to use another deck too, the Spell Casting Oracle deck. Why is group 3 the villain in this person's story? I'm getting quite a few scenarios. We have reconciliation. We have family reversed. And another card that did want to come out is inspiration. This kind of reminds me of the Ace of Wands as well. So I don't think that's a coincidence for this group. Now, sweets, it's very interesting because I'm getting a few messages for you. So obviously we use the word villain and we assume the worst, right? Like we're the villain. Oh my gosh, we must have done something so bad to make somebody villainize us in their own story. But the truth is, I don't think you guys have that many haters. I think you just have people who misunderstand you. I think that you shine as a beacon of inspiration, and you honestly, whatever you've done for yourself, you might have come from a very small place where people don't usually amount to much, where usually things happen very stereotypically. You kind of graduate, you do this, you do that, and then your life is over basically. People look at you and they see you doing something that they wish they could do. So this person is kind of a reflection of what I feel is a group of people who are keeping tabs of you online, keeping tabs on you online, of you online. Anyway, they're keeping up with you and they're trying to just kind of keep track of what you're up to because it's very different to what they're doing. Some people have already kind of really grounded themselves in what they feel is an oppression of responsibilities, where you seem to have a lot of freedom. You seem to be able to either juggle your responsibilities with your ability to create and to want to explore and to express yourself, or you may be very free right now, not having any kids, not really living a conventional lifestyle or working in a conventional job situation. I'm getting that you're not a hated person, but there is this energy of jealousy and envy around you, group 3, and it's more than one person, but the main energy that's coming through feels quite feminine. And it feels like she spends a lot of time just watching you online and keeping up with you online. Some of you may not know this person very well, so it's very hard for me to describe them to you. Whereas others of you, this person represents a group of people that are keeping up with you, so it was very hard for me to describe them to you. Now, the reason why you're kind of the villain is because you're not that accessible. You may keep your circle very, very tight. You may only hang around with people that are like family to you, people that you've known for a very long time that you trust with your life. So I'm getting that this main energy wants to be closer to you. They want to know you better as in who you are today. And for some of you, if it resonates, they want to know you like they did, like they've been knowing you in the past. They want to be closer to you. And there's a strong feeling of you being a villain in this person's story, only because with that daughter spirit and contract energy, you make success look easy. You make these difficult concepts, these difficult, challenging situations look easy. You could have found yourself ticking a lot of boxes and putting it out there, being proud of yourself, but people haven't seen the journey. They can't connect to the challenges. They're just seeing the success. They're just seeing like, look at how much Group 3 is achieving for themselves. And even if you were to be more open and honest about your challenges, these people were not a part of your journey. They're going to take your words as words, and they're still going to think that there's a level of privilege here. Especially if you resonate as the small town sort of trope, it kind of feels like this person is like, we came from the same place. Why does Group 3 have more opportunities than me? Why is Group 3 more successful than me? So it's not so much villain energy, it's more envy. I feel like this person really envies you. They want to see you as an inspiration, but instead they hold that energy against you. And they go, well, it's Group 3. Like, of course it happened for them. Everything's so easy for Group 3. Group 3 is so lucky. Like, of course that opportunity fell in Group 3's lap. This person may think that you're talented, but they also just think that you're very lucky. You're very lucky in whatever it is that you get to do. And they spend a lot of time vicariously living through you as well. The oracle cards are also indicating that you seem to be someone that's blessed. So I think that this person and you may come from like a spiritual background or a religious background. It might be very common in wherever you're living for people to go to church or for people to pray. They just think that you're blessed. They think that the divine has blessed you with a lot more opportunities than they have this person. And that contract energy is very interesting because I'm seeing that this person may want to kind of collaborate with you or may want to kind of cash in by making some sort of partnership, some sort of deal with you, kind of going, hey, Group 3, like I noticed you got money. I have this cool idea. Would you consider investing in my business? That may be something that crosses your path soon as well, either from this person or from somebody else from your past who's seeing you shine very, very brightly right now. So I want to get tarot out now just to see what else we can pull in terms of why you are the villain in anybody's story, because I'm getting that you're actually a very inspiring person and you offer a lot of hope and you bring this renewed sort of fresh sense of like achievement into the eyes of those who once knew you. So Spirit, why is Group 3 a villain in anyone's story? Yeah, I'm hearing it was more about your neighborhood. So for some of you, you came from bigger cities, but you were in a neighborhood that struggled. We have the Strength card coming out in reverse. We also have the Princess of Arrows in reverse. That's the Page of Swords. One more card, Spirit. Why is group 3 the villain in anybody's story? We also have the 6 of Staves. Okay, reversed. Feels weird saying staves. Staves doesn't sound right, you know what I mean? We have Triumph at the back of the deck, which is the World card technically. Dionysus and Ariadne. Ariadne. Oh my gosh, you know what? It's been ages since I've read those ancient legends, so my lingo is not here though. Okay, so hang on a minute. This is interesting. So for some of you, you're a villain in an ex's story because obviously you've gotten better, you look better, you're achieving more. Don't love that for you is what they're saying. Don't love that for you. There's a few energies that are coming through in tarot. An ex who's looking at you getting better, and you look better, you look more attractive than when you did when you were with them. And that's really all they care about. They're like, why do you look better now? Like, why couldn't you look like that when we were together? Why did you wait till we split? They're getting some very petty energies coming through with the tarot. I'm also seeing schoolmates, people from your school, either university, it could have been a trade school, a tech school for some of you, and high school with the World card. This was a significant schooling situation though, in which you were able to set yourself up for the next stage in your life. And these people are looking at what you've been able to make out of that experience. And they're like, okay, but like you didn't do what the rest of us did. There's this comparison energy that keeps popping up. Like group 3 didn't do what the rest of us did. Some of you used what you learned and are working in that field. Others of you just took it as experience and created something completely new for yourself. Regardless, with that World card, you are shining. You are showing up as someone who's very physically successful and someone who has a lot more to look forward to. So you haven't peaked yet. These are people who feel like they peaked when you knew them, whereas you haven't quite peaked yet. You're just continuing on to the next best thing. You're also a villain in somebody's story because they feel like you didn't show them the empathy and the compassion that they were expecting. And this person may have recently tried to reconnect with you with the Strength card reverse. They're coming through as a Leo most strongly, but they could also be Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius. They feel like you didn't show them enough compassion. This person also feels very insecure when they compare themselves to you. This could have been a lover is what I'm picking up on. But they recently crossed paths with you and they recently decided that it wasn't worth continuing to invest energy because they couldn't really get what they wanted out of you, which felt like eventually like you weren't giving them the attention that they expected from you. And I'm also seeing with the Strength card reverse that a lot of this energy is a reflection of how they see themselves, but they're projected onto you. You're the villain because you didn't do this and you didn't do that. A lack of compassion, lack of empathy. Are they really a villain though, or are they just sour, Spirit? It's a bit of both. Like that's the thing, sweet soul. Like you don't really have enemies. You don't have ops. You just have people who want what you have. And this energy was like, I can't get what group 3 has. I can't meet up to group 3's expectations, or I can't live up to their standard. With that Princess of Arrows, I really feel like this person, this is a new person. So a Princess of Arrows, you're a villain in someone's story because they feel like you didn't match expectations. You make this person feel more immature than you. This could be an acquaintance. This could be a friend of a friend or a friend of a sibling because your circle is so tight. They could be a family friend. And they just feel like it's very uncomfortable being around you. You're not cold, you're not warm, you're very cold. You make them feel very, very immature, like all of their decisions are immature and Everything that they do in their life is just really poorly handled. This person also feels like you kind of look down on them. You may have blocked this person for some of you, but I don't think so. I just think that there's an age difference here. So there's another misunderstanding, really. These people have very skewed perceptions of you, my group threes. They don't know you well, and they hold that against you. Miscommunication seems to make you the biggest villain in people's stories, because I'm hearing these people may really wait to connect with you. Like, they may really hold on to the opportunity to be around you, and they feel like you don't live up to the expectations. Like they almost over romanticize what it's like to be in your energy, and then you kind of come in and you're really casual about it, and they're like, well, I just thought group 3 was going to make more of an effort. Like, I waited to see group 3, or I'd heard so much about this amazing group 3, and then they just kind of didn't try hard enough. What the hell? Especially if you do have some sort of status, or if you are well known, it's kind of like people project this idea of what they think it's going to be like around you. And that's why we have the 6 of Staves reversed too. Like, there's a lot of insecurity here. There's a lot of like, I can't stand firm in who I am, so I rely on others. And that's the thing. Like, there may be people around you that you're being protected from because they don't think big enough. These people don't think big enough. They just take all these little energetic exchanges as the foundation of their identity, and you see it as this is a temporary experience that's part of bigger moments. You're focused on the bigger moments, whereas these people are very focused on those little interactions with you, those little energetic exchanges. The small talk, right? As dry and mundane as it seems to you, it's like rubbing sandpaper against your skin. But for them, it's a big deal. It's like, no, group 3 didn't say hello and ask me how my children were when I passed them in the store. Like, they just smiled at me and kept walking. They're so rude. And it's like, what? What? So it's a huge misunderstanding with that Princess of Arrows as well, that Page of Swords reversed, of people not really knowing your mind, knowing your personality, and misreading your actions and your lack of communication. But that 6 of Staves and the Strength card reversed, like, it's a lot of bruised egos out here. You're not technically a villain, but there's a lot of bruised egos out here that are trying to get closer to you, and you're being protected from it because it's not energetically aligned with who you are and what you're focused on. This is so silly. Let's get some advice for you, sweet soul. I don't want to keep harping on with these energies. You are divinely protected, divinely guided, and divine in who you are. So let's get some advice from your angels and ancestors. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Let's see what your angels and ancestors want to tell you about this energy. What advice does group 3's angels and ancestors have when it comes to this villainous energy, spirit? What advice does group 3's angels and ancestors have? We have Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. Any more advice for group 3? Is there any more advice for group 3, spirit? Okay, we have Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. And we also have Skyfather. Trust in the unknown. You've got a lot of masculine energy here. At the back of the deck, we have Sage. Be devoted and committed. Yeah, see, that's the thing, my sweet souls. I feel like your journey is very different to those who used to know you. There's a strong feeling of you having to continue to brush shoulders in this space. And as uncomfortable as it is for you, you actually are offering a pivotal role in this community. You're a seed of inspiration, and people are living vicariously through you. You're planting a lot of inspirational seeds where people then have their choice within their free will to cultivate that if they want to. So your advice is, with this Medicine Mother, really trust within yourself what it is that you should be focusing on right now. It is up to you to discern how to invest your time, your energy, and your resources. And no one can say what is right or wrong when you make these decisions about yourself. You just have to feel at peace with whatever it is that you choose to focus on. If there are people in your life that you feel you have recently neglected and you want to spend more time with, by all means, make it that priority. But for a lot of you, stick to what you know and stay true to the path that you're on. You're offering a lot of vicarious wisdom and knowledge based off of what you've been through and based off of who you are today. And you're showing people that it is possible. It may be difficult, it may be challenging, it won't be easy, but it is possible. Spirit is really encouraging you to continue chasing whatever it is that you desire, to be this hunter, to track down your fears and to address the things that you want, to step towards the things that you want. You have a very activated yang energy here in your reading. Your angels and ancestors are encouraging you to channel that yang energy, to channel that masculine drive, and to really use any of that sort of yang energy to achieve the things that you put your mind to. And that's why we have Sky Father as well. There's a lot of masculine energy here, and this energy is clear. It takes action because it knows what it wants and it knows how to get what it wants. So Spirit and your angels are strongly encouraging you to act from that knowing place, to act from that clear place, that confident place, and to make sure that any actions you do take are convicted and backed by a logical reason. At the end of the day, if you are feeling like this reading was more entertaining than anything, the only kind of key advice or information that I do want you to retain is that you definitely haven't peaked, Group 3. Even if you have a lot of experience under your belt, if you have a lot of accolades or achievements to be proud of, you still haven't peaked. There is a lot more to come for you, and your spiritual team is strongly encouraging that you stay aspirational, that you stay hopeful and hungry for success, because the best is yet to come. With Medicine Mother here and Sky Father here, Divine is strongly guiding you towards the best possible outcome that will have you reaching heights that these people could never dream of. And I don't mean to make anybody more jealous by saying that, but you are being divinely guided to achieve a lot more than what you currently have. And that's the main thing that I want you to remember. You are blessed. You are a divinely guided being. And it's because of how proactive you are, how determined you are, how resilient you are, how relentless you are, how hungry you are. There are big plans for you in the future. So stay hungry and trust that you are being divinely guided towards your successes. That is what I'm seeing for you, my Group 3s. I'm going to take this into your extended reading now. I mostly want to see who is going to cross paths with you in the near future. Because we got a few energies come through, I can't address exactly what I did for the other groups. We were going to ask, how is karma bringing justice to this situation? I can ask that for you. How is karma bringing justice to this situation for you? But I also want to ask, who is likely to be contacting you from your past? And what new opportunities are you being prepared to receive? Because I feel like some of you are very much in surrender mode and you're just kind of staying receptive and open to what your next opportunity is. So we'll ask for advice on that as well in your extended. If the first part of your reading did resonate and you're interested in that extended reading, the link is in the description box. That link will take you to my website. So if you are new here, I host a lot of extended readings on my website. So it's very important that you make sure that you select the right group before you purchase it. Please triple check at checkout that you've selected the right reading and the right group. Remember that you are Group 3 of the Why Are You the Villain in Their Story reading that was posted in October 2023. If you're on a desktop, you can search for the video. If you're on a mobile, you will have to swipe across until you see the thumbnail for the right group and the right reading. Thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support, my group 3s. It's been a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for trusting me with your messages. I wish you prosperity, success, abundant health, happiness, wealth, and joy on your road ahead. And until our paths cross again, bye.